down here, right? The L line, where the hell's the button? No button because it's an L line. Again, only K alpha buttons. Carbon K alpha line. Success. So, as we're talking about this, and the next feature that's in our flow chart, right, is what? ID the elements. All we did was we looked at the properties initially, just changed the dwell time. We say, okay, we acquired a spectra, great, for the whatever preset it was, 100 seconds or 30, whatever we want to put in there. So the next feature we have here is ID the elements. So let's go to ID. I'm just going to turn your SCM beam on because I don't need it right now. I have a spectra and I don't feel like wasting your filament. So we don't need the SCM beam, okay? So as soon as I hit ID the elements, basically it throws up a periodic chart. And in the periodic chart I could say, you know what? This is my sample. I know what it is. So I'm just going to throw iron up there, we'll put some carbon up there. And that's what I have on it. So I got carbon, that's some carbon and some iron. I can go in, I can manually label, right? And also, like, you know, if I decide to raise this spectra up, right, I can see some other peaks in here. So I can label chrome, I can label manganese, I can label nickel, right? Right? I got some silica, I got some aluminum, I got some sulfur, I got some sodium, fingerprint, somebody's, right? So I got all sorts of elements in there.
So the buttons align with
the peak, the K alpha line.
Automatically?
Well, if the peak is lit up where sulfur sits on a KV scale, sure.
Okay.
Right? This sulfur line, right? The button lines up with wherever that line is. So if that line is at 2.305 kV, well, that's where sulfur gets lit. Well, guess what? I got sulfur. So the first way of labeling your elements, let me just clear this whole list, start from scratch. The first way of labeling your elements is K alpha buttons. Right? You can label your elements. Second way of labeling the elements is you pick. You tell where it is, right? Number 2, right? The third way of labeling your elements is check off this scroll peak identifier. See this? And this is the old Chemex trackball, which was a really good system. And see how it starts at the first element, which is hydrogen, and we keep moving to the right, we go to helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon. Whoa! Carbon, it just lined up with something over there. Add. Keep going. Oh, hang on a second. Oxygen. Add. Keep going. Nope, that didn't line up. Sodium, yeah, that lines up. Add. Keep going. Add. Keep going. Add. Keep going. Whoa, that was a big one.
But you might, some of those lower ones, might you be picking up L shells or N shells?
Yeah, these are other shells that are one that it's lining up with. So
Okay.
first, iron lined up with every shell, so I just keep hitting add. So this is what you call the trackball chemics would roll, and it would just automatically match up with the peaks, and you would just keep adding. So it's called the scroll peak identifier. I like it. It's toggling through every element, and that's what it's doing, right? As you look, it's toggling through every element. And as it lines up with an element, as soon as it lines up, you'll see it line up with peaks, right? As we keep going through, keep going through, keep going through. Wherever it lines up, all you simply do is just hitting add, right? That's the fourth way of labeling. And now I'm just going to clear the whole list. I'm going to uncheck scroll peak identifier. Let me get back out of line.
That's sexy.
So fourth way. So we just went through 4 ways of labeling, right? The fifth way of labeling is, you know, I don't know what the hell is there. You tell me what's there. So here we have what we call an auto ID. See this question mark? This is not part of the flow chart. It's part of the main menu of the spectral analysis pull down. So I say auto ID. You tell me what the hell is there. Fifth way of labeling.
Yeah, what's this shape button?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
But just know it may give you arbitraries. Because when it's guessing itself, it may give you some nonsense. In this case, it didn't. It labeled everything pretty good.
Is there a percentage on that, Jim, when you auto? Is it like ignoring everything under?
No.
No, so it's.
It's just hunting, and it just hunts
But
very quickly.
So in this case, I see sulfur, silicon, sodium, I don't know why.
Fingerprint?
Salt probably,
Yeah.
iron, but it's not hitting, there's a little chrome peak there, but I don't see a moly peak or a nickel peak, and I know that has.
And you know what's in there.
That's right. So now, after the auto ID, now you'd be like, well, we missed some stuff, I think. So at this point in time, you need to raise the spectra up a little bit
Okay,
to
so
see if
now-
there's any other information that you may have missed, like manganese,
Right,
aluminum,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So there's some other nickel.
nickel, yep.
So again, auto IDs are the most accurate thing in the world,
What would
It
happen if
starts.
you raised that spectrum and then
It still wouldn't have found it.
Okay,
You may have needed to acquire the spectrum for longer than 70 seconds.
okay,
The numbers were very low.
okay.
So that might have been a 100-second acquisition. And now you guys, as SCM EDS experts, will have to determine that.
Jim, it used to be in the old machine, and I won't take much time on this.
No, it's okay.